Picture a grand medieval hall filled with the aroma of roasting meat, wafting through the air and mingling with the scent of freshly baked bread and spiced wine, and the sound of boisterous laughter echoing off the stone walls, creating a symphony of merriment. It is feast time! But before you grab a turkey leg and dig in, let's get one thing straight. Medieval dining was not for the faint of heart. It was a chaotic, lively affair where manners were often left at the door. First, your place at the table screamed your social status. The higher your rank, the closer you sat to the lord or king, enjoying the best view and the finest food. High-ranking guests got prime seating at the high table, while everyone else scrambled for a spot. The lower your status, the further you were from the action, often left with the less desirable morsels. Think of it as a medieval VIP section, complete with all the perks and privileges. And forget about personal space. Communal platters were the norm. Large dishes were passed around and everyone helped themselves. You would be elbow to elbow with your fellow feasters, sharing food from the same dishes. Now, about those utensils. They were a luxury not everyone could afford. You might have a knife and a spoon if you were lucky. Forks? Not so much. They were rare and often viewed with suspicion. They were considered a rather scandalous Italian invention, and many saw them as unnecessary or even decadent. So, be prepared to get your hands dirty. Literally. Eating with your fingers was the norm, and it could get quite messy. Though as time went on, even medieval folk started to realize that maybe, just maybe, eating with your fingers wasn't the most refined way to enjoy a meal. Slowly, utensils began to make their way into the dining scene. And don't even think about putting your elbows on the table. That was a big no-no, and not just because it was considered rude. It was also a recipe for disaster with all those shared platters and flailing limbs. So next time you sit down for a meal, be thankful for your personal space and utensils. Fast forward a few centuries, and we arrive at the Renaissance, a time of great change and newfound appreciation for all things elegant. Individualism was on the rise, and table manners followed suit. It was time to ditch the communal troughs and embrace a more refined way of dining. Enter the fork, stage left. Thanks to Catherine de' Medici, this ingenious invention, originally used for cooking, finally found its place at the dining table. It took a while to catch on, but by the 1600s, forks were all the rage in Western Europe. But utensils were only part of the story. A Renaissance scholar named Erasmus wrote a whole book on manners called De Civilitate Morum Puerilium, which basically translates to How Not to Be a Barbarian at the Dinner Table. He preached the importance of cleanliness, courtesy and restraint, all qualities we still value today. With the Renaissance came a newfound appreciation for the finer things in life, and dining was no exception. Meals evolved from simple one-course affairs to elaborate multi-course extravaganzas. We are talking soups, main courses, desserts, the works. And thanks to the introduction of sugar, desserts became a whole new realm of culinary artistry. Food presentation also became a big deal. Chefs were not just cooks anymore, they were artists, carefully arranging dishes to please both the eye and the palate. This marked the beginning of our modern obsession with food styling and Instagram-worthy plates. But after the Renaissance, things got a bit relaxed. People started to forget their manners, and table etiquette went out the window. Thankfully, the 17th century brought about a much-needed revival of good manners. Think of it as a Renaissance 2.0, where the emphasis on politeness and decorum came back with a vengeance. Cutlery chronicles, from simple tools to status symbols. Remember those basic knives and spoons from medieval times? Well, they underwent a serious upgrade. Cutlery became a symbol of wealth and status, with elaborate designs and precious metals like silver and gold. In fact, owning a full set of silverware was a sure sign that you had arrived. Socially speaking, of course. Over time, cutlery continued to evolve. New utensils were invented for specific foods and courses, leading to the dazzling array of forks, knives and spoons we see today. And let's not forget about the materials. From stainless steel to bone china, the options are endless. But through it all, one thing remained constant: the importance of using the right utensil for the job. No more spearing peas with your knife or using your fingers to scoop up gravy. Table manners had officially arrived. Setting the stage, the art of presentation. As table manners evolved, so too did the art of setting the table. What was once a simple affair Throwing down a hunk of bread and a tankard of ale transformed into an elaborate ritual. Tablecloths, once a luxury, became commonplace, adding a touch of elegance to even the humblest of meals. Napkins, too, went from utilitarian rags to carefully folded works of art. Forget simply wiping your mouth. Napkin etiquette became a language of its own, with intricate folds and strategic placements conveying subtle messages throughout the meal. And let's not forget about the centerpiece. From simple bowls of fruit to elaborate floral arrangements, the centerpiece became a focal point, adding visual interest and sparking conversation. The evolution of table settings reflects our enduring desire to create a sense of occasion and elevate even the most ordinary meals into something special. Modern manners, a balancing act. So here we are in the 21st century, a time of rapid change and evolving social norms. While we have thankfully moved on from the days of eating with our hands and using trenchers as plates, table manners are still relevant and important. But unlike our medieval counterparts, we face a new dilemma, finding the balance between tradition and modernity in our dining habits. Sure, we still use forks and knives most of the time, and we try not to talk with our mouths full, just like our parents taught us. But modern dining etiquette is less about rigid rules and more about being considerate and thoughtful towards others. It is about putting your phone away, engaging in meaningful conversations and being present in the moment, waiting for everyone to be served before digging in, showing patience and respect for the communal experience, and avoiding controversial topics that could turn a pleasant dinner into a heated debate, ensuring harmony at the table. Ultimately, modern table manners are all about creating a comfortable and enjoyable experience for everyone at the table, making dining a delightful occasion. It is about showing respect for your fellow diners, the food you are eating, and the occasion itself, fostering a sense of community and connection. A global table, cultural fusion and beyond. With globalization, our world is becoming increasingly interconnected, and the dining table is no exception. The fusion of different cultures has brought a rich diversity to our meals, making every dining experience a unique journey. Today, we are exposed to a melting pot of culinary traditions and dining customs. This blend of flavors and practices has transformed the way we eat and appreciate food. From the communal dishes and chopsticks of Asia, where sharing food is a sign of unity and respect, to the warm hospitality and hand-to-mouth dining traditions of the Middle East and Africa, where meals are a communal affair, there is a whole world of dining etiquette to explore. Each culture brings its own unique touch to the table, enriching our global dining experience. This cultural fusion has enriched our dining experiences, introducing us to new flavors, customs, and ways of sharing a meal. It is a beautiful blend that celebrates diversity and unity. It is a reminder that table manners are not just about following rules, they are about fostering connection and understanding across cultures. They help us appreciate the beauty in our differences. So the next time you sit down at the table, take a moment to appreciate the long and fascinating journey of table manners. Reflect on how these practices have evolved and brought us closer together. From medieval feasts to modern dining, it is a story of evolution, adaptation, and the enduring power of food to bring people together. Food has always been a bridge, connecting hearts and cultures across time and space.
Thank you for watching. Hope you found this video informative and entertaining. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We do like to know and hear your feedback. And if you have the means, please consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can get early access to our videos, and where we post bonus material. Till next time, this is Geeky Tidbits saying cheers and have a good day.